And hello visuals, welcome to another Visual Guys Ramble On. Me and Chris are fresh from drying our lovely long Samoan hair from our viewing of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Well, me and Chris don't really have long beautiful hair. No, just cold.
I would like long beautiful hair though.
At one stage I've got a passport up there somewhere, I do, and it's nice and long and blonde, and but no, it's just cold essential for me and you these days.
It is. Again, we're getting bold.
Oh, well, like I said, we might as well not even call it going bold. It's just bold now. We're at the point of no. Somebody said you could put chili. There again, I don't give a fuck about hair. Somebody said you could put chili powder on your bits where there's no hair, or is it just a straight up chili? Fuck knows. I don't know. But if you want Chris's thoughts on Aquaman, come back next week, visuals. But today, I just want to talk more in depth with Chris because he finally saw the film Leave the World Behind. I forgot what it's called there.
Good.
And it's quite a cool because I think it's safe to say you're more of a conspiracy guy than me. I know you definitely believe in what's the one that I don't? Yeah, the aliens are on Earth and shit, don't you?
Yeah.
And was there not another one? There was another one I think that you believed in and whatnot. But because we just talked about the film and the entertainment news, actually let's talk about the actual conspiracy point of it all, or the danger, because you said you weren't really that scared at the end of the film, whereas I was completely on the opposite end. Tell us, Chris, why the fuck were you not terrified, or why were you like, I'm not really that bothered if this happens or what? After he sharts, that wasn't a fart, that was a shot. There was water in that, mate.
I don't mean it to sound bleak, but I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. Humans have fucked the planet, so it makes it better if we just go. So, if that did happen, it'd probably be the best thing for us.
Yeah, but obviously you've still then got to go because you're not gonna be killing yourself, are you? You've got to, unless you're gonna kill yourself, you're gonna have to sit there in limbo.
I'll go and live with the animals.
Go live amongst the flocks. No, I was more, because I agree with you in one sense, but at the same time I disagree with you. I don't think humans are completely the cause, but there are some people that are born that are absolutely outstanding people that are doing their best, spending their lives to change the world. They certainly don't deserve to die. But I got to the end of it and it was scary to me because the fact of the believability of it, the fact that it's basically a government shutting off comms, and it's the misinformation and the mass confusion, the mass hysteria and the panic and the what's going on. Is it this? No, it's this. I heard it's this. I've heard it's that. And how much we would just quickly turn on each other, and neighbours could suddenly become enemies and just start attacking and grabbing what they can. And like you see how quickly Kevin Bacon in the film turned to neighbour and a friend to stay off my property or I'll fucking shoot you.
Yes. And
all that kind of stuff. And it was do you know what's another thing as well? There's this whole thing that kind of builds into it about everything being electrical, like money. Like Post Malone of all people did a video like 4 or 5 years ago saying how your credit card and all that stuff's going to become obsolete. Like it's just going to shut down stuff and it's going to mean nothing. So he says everything you should have is paper. And obviously you think that's Post Malone. It's probably just high off his face and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, but the other thing is with having paper is there's not enough paper.
Well, there is plenty of paper. There's not enough to back it. Because obviously currency doesn't mean anything, does it?
No. And banks, they don't keep... Weirdly as it sounds, they don't keep money. Yeah. They don't keep paper. It's all fucking through whatever it's through. It's constantly circling the globe. So if you went to the bank saying you wanted $1 million out of the bank, I don't know why I went dollars like
USA.
They wouldn't be able to give you $1 million.
Yeah, I don't know about the banking system. You've got a much more vast knowledge on me.
It's what we have in our accounts is nothing until we spend it or withdraw it.
Well, I know that what's in your account is you don't technically have an account with, there's Dan's account, there's 50 quid there. It's not even, it's in the investment thing, isn't it? They put it out on their loans and their mortgages and shit. And then when you want it, they just find it and put it back in. And
they lend your money out to other people and then throw out all that wizard.
Yeah, all that wizard.
All that wizardly shit, it ends up back into your account. Yeah,
it's fucking, because it is scary because like somebody like cyberly, you could just change a number. Like you got your banking app, they could put a 1 somewhere else or more zeros and shit like that. You say, I've got this much, but I just didn't like how everything shut. Because like, what would you? Because you'd get to the point that if we weren't in that film where you'd have to like swap, I don't know, you'd swap talents or your craftsmanship and stuff. You know what I mean? You would then help each other that way. Oh, you know how to make bread. Well, I know how to, I don't know, make shelters and shit like that. And you'd have to go, fuck me, I've got no talents like that shit. If I had loads of Lego, I could build my house for a bit.
Yeah, you'd have to go back to, you know how to build shit. You did that in school.
Well, it might not last long. It'd be fucking awful. I can tell you that now, mate. It was just a weird thought because, like I said, you think it, you break it all down, and it's scary the fact that a country could make a different country, especially one as powerful as America in the film, how it could make it turn on itself. And it's like I said, they look at New York, don't they? And they hear all the shooting and the fighting and all this civil war because there's a film coming out soon. That's all about a modern day American Civil War, and it's like, why is that coming out not long after that? Like, have they fucking timed this or what? And like I said, I'm not a conspiracy guy.
So what's going on?
Oh, 100, because art imitates life. 110% art imitates life, or life imitates art, I should say. And when you saw that, like how quickly, because it's only been a span of what, 2-3 days over the course of that film. So they went from having the phones and the TV, the technology down to that's it. You can hear the gunfire on the streets of New York City and stuff. And it's like, oh my god, it's the human condition is so terrifying and worrying. Of how, like I said, you could walk past the same person you see every day, walking the dog with hello, hello. To all of a sudden, blackouts and shit happen. The next thing you know, you and that person are, you know, each other's throats, trying to rob each other's water or food or whatever it is you've got, and how quickly, like the slogan of The Walking Dead always used to cripple me. Because when he said fight the dead but fear the living, you think, what the fuck? And then the more you watch Walking Dead, you understand and stuff like that. Because the human condition is terrifying. Don't get me wrong, they're still we were good people like Mahershala Ali, and they didn't turn on each other straight away. They were a bit comprehensive, but then you know they stuck on the same page eventually and whatnot. But it was just a scary thought because it's the most plausible end of the world scenario I've ever personally seen in my entire life. Like I said to you, aliens. I don't believe aliens. I believe there's aliens, but like. Fuck no, it's how many million miles away. And I don't believe, like, fucking, like I said, Godzilla's going to come over to take. As much as I would love that, it'd be fucking cool to see. But I got to the end of this film and just thought, oh my god, that's just literally. You're supposed to have my films as fiction. Like, we've just seen Aquaman. Hey, and I don't think there's a guy running around on a seahorse under the water.
You never know.
But you get to the. Well, you never know. But I got to the end of this and I'm just like, oh, you made that a little bit too real. So it put me in a little bit of, like, a what the fuck scenario.
Yeah, it does kind of open your eyes a little bit, like especially like when it comes from a ex-president.
Yeah, why produce that? Why have you and your missus just said, yeah, we'll produce this? That seems like a good film for us to produce. So I don't know, why, Barack? Why that one?
Yeah.
It's
end of a world, end of a war. Fucking hell. An end of a war. Fucking hell.
End of the world.
An end of a world film done by an ex-president. It's kind of a bit of a sketchy one.
Yeah, and it's the way, like I said, he didn't produce an alien invasion film. He produced one that's to do with governments and inner circles working within arms trades and shit. And you're like, what the fuck do you know?
Things that could actually happen. Plausible things like just shutting down the internet. Just move the satellite out the sky and out of space. Out of line. And that's it. The whole fucking world is
mental.
Is gone.
It's like I said to you, the other day when my internet was down, I was like, how long could you last? And I asked that question just because literally, even the guy who speaks to me over BT was saying, yeah, internet's become such a major part of our daily lives. And that sort of stopped me thinking, oh my god, it really did. There was a famous lady, I can't mind her name now, and apparently throughout a human's life, their interaction with humans should only be a maximum of 120 people. But now the interaction with the daily human life, even if you don't meet someone face to face, it's you're talking thousands. You know, anybody that interacts with a post you've put up or a video that you've seen or shit like that, and that's kind of a scary thought enough as it is because it's so easy to put your life out and touch all these people just by putting up one Instagram post or a TikTok video or some shit like that. And it's scary as fuck. Like I said, it just freaked me out. Like I said, it doesn't help that you get terrific actors like Mahershala Ali delivering these lines, because if he says something, like if he said to me, we found a Godzilla egg and it's hatching right now, I'd be like, oh my god, it must be true, because the way he delivers the lines, you're like, Oh fuck you! And even the way Ethan Hawke was, I like the way he was in that film as well because he wasn't that technologically savvy.
No,
like he says and all that kind of. And I kind of like the way Julia Roberts was. Do you know what the fucking weirdest thing is as well? Another weird part which I didn't notice. Somebody had to point it out to me. The whole thing's about friends, isn't it? Well,
yeah. Aye, for Rose.
She went out with Chandler in Friends for a good few episodes. He's just died. True. I'm not saying there's a connection, but oh my god, what a weird little...
I thought it was a bit weird having a Friends montage in this place.
Yeah.
I can understand it was probably done, finished, sorted before
Chandler. Chandler. What was his name? Was it Jason? Jason Pitt? Whatever his real name was. What was his real name?
It was Matt, wasn't it? No, I don't know.
Matt LeBlanc
that's
Joey.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Chandler.
Yeah, Chandler. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe all this would have been done, sorted before whatever his name is, Chandler, died. I don't know.
It's also scary because it ended with we've said it before, it's not that the next generation are fucked. There is going to be smart people in generations and shit that we categorize everything, we stereotype everything in a wanna where we shouldn't. But the next generation, there are going to be the zombie brain dead TikTok sticker, but there will be also people that want to try and make a difference, that will try and enlighten themselves, that will be smart and stuff. But it did show how so many people are just stuck with their entertainment or how we've said it before, how I've definitely said how we're too curious to want to know how stuff ends and the answers of why and what happens. And that was like her sickness in it. She was more bothered about how the series ends than she was sat there literally. Even I watched a video of somebody breaking down all the paintings in the house where she sat eating before she finds the bunker, and there's loads of weird sort of paintings depicting stuff like the Last Supper and all that kind of shit. It's like, well, why have the people of this film made sure that sort of stuff's in? And the way she goes down, and she's got food, she's got supplies, she's got all of that stuff, just to then be like, oh yeah, I'll sit and watch Friends, my family and whatnot. My brother's really saying like they can all wait a second, I want to finish Friends, and I'm thinking, oh my god, that's a bit. Because hey, me and you were 100% addicted. Like you go on your phone loads, I go on my phone a fair bit. Of there's football highlight on. I'll glue my eyes to the screen. But I don't think if I was in that situation, I would understand what's more important. Is getting it. Hang on, guys. There's a bunker here. We all get here. There's the aid. There's the supplies. There's the food. We'll lock ourselves in. Now I can watch Friends. But it's the way that her young mind was just programmed straight to finding out this. And it's like, oh, that's fucking freaky.
It's like you said, though. It's the younger generation nowadays that they zoom everything out and just concentrate on what they're fixing.
Yeah, it's all these little flicking images on the screen. Because like I said to you, I had a night out last night, and I had a very weird epiphany where I was just an old fucking man in the corner of Crescent Bar downstairs, and I don't know if you've been in Crescent Bar. Yeah, the outside smoking area is quite big, and I'm sat there looking around and shit, and there was so many friend groups chilling around, and they were interacting with each other, but most of them were on their phone, but they were still interacting. So like they were talking, you could hear them talking away, doing their shit. And like this thought to go, I'm sat there like a little psycho in the corner, just thinking they're all speaking to each other, but they're more engaged with their phones. So they could be having a conversation and not really single one of them is registering what the other person's saying, or they're not taking it in, or they're not having an actual decent conversation about. Well, it doesn't even have to. Don't say have a smart conversation about fucking this stuff. They could be talking about, I don't know, what they did at work today, whatever it is. But they were more engaged in what was going on with their Instagram pages or whatever the fuck they was on. I was looking at, and another thing that. This one's weird, because obviously me and you, I don't mean this in a bad way, but me and you don't really care about appearance, if you know what I mean. You like to wear what you wear, I like to wear, that's it. It's not,
that's it.
There were so many guys, and they were all doing it, right? Well, I say somebody, I saw a group of 4 or 5 guys, and they were in a group, but every now and then, one of the lads would be talking to each other, and they would turn, and they would quickly do, like, flick up their hair and shit without the other ones noticing. But then the guy next to them would then also look away and just, without the other, I'm thinking, you're all doing it. Why don't you just sort your hair out in front of each other? You know it's embarrassing, but you're all doing it. There must be some sort of complex, subconscious issue at play here where you're all like, I want to sort my hair out and make sure it looks good in that, but I don't want my friends to think I'm weird for doing it, but yet they're all doing it. And it's like, It was weird as fuck. I'm just sat there looking at this. I had my Transformers t-shirt on. What the fuck's going on here? It was bizarre.
That again, it's due to the younger generation. It's just men have become more feminine and women have become more butched.
More butched. I know all about this. We were at the cinema. We've never seen this.
It's on.
I don't know.
Lady man.
I don't know how to see it because I don't know what the transition is. Though they didn't hit on us. They're just like my Pokemon tattoos. But it was definitely a former man heading into a lady. But I don't know if that's the correct. We didn't ask. But yeah, I was. Hey. Even so, I was flattered. You like my Pokemon tattoos, Mr. Lady in a person now, whatever we call you. No, my thing is, I didn't notice it as in vanity and whatnot. I noticed it as insecurities. That's what I noticed the hair flicking as, was insecurity more than anything else, more than like I need to. It was a case of being in a social setting, being worried about what other people's thoughts and opinions are of me. Bearing in mind, no one was having a thought and opinion on them apart from me because they're too busy flicking through their phones. And I'm thinking, you are now seriously at a point in society, you can't go out to a social setting, a social environment without having everything needs to be perfect and tucked in and it needs to be. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is this where we are as a, like
it's a weird situation how it's all happening. It's kind of hard to explain because I'm not with the young generation anymore.
No,
so I can't really explain for them.
Yeah,
but it's weird what's going on with them.
It's ultimately, as long as they're happy, do your thing, do what you got to do. Just don't listen to us old farts just because we live one way and you live a different way. You know what I mean? Get on with your life, crack on. Well, mate, fuck me, it doesn't feel like it. But
it doesn't, does it?
No, it doesn't.
How fucking much society has changed considering we were like 10 years ago.
I saw a fantastic image of people saying how you... obviously, there's been a lot of Pokemon games coming out, right? And Generation 3 was 2001, 2002. And they say what it feels like playing Generation 3 from now. It feels like it was only a couple of years ago. And they said what it really was. And I had like a picture of what was out and what was going on, what you were playing. I was thinking, it was never that long ago. But it fucking was. So that was weird as shit.
It's all weird. Like, time is... They do say as you get older, time moves faster.
We spoke about it a little bit last week how quickly Christmas, like you get to January, February, March, like fuck me, Christmas is a good while away. Next thing you know, you're like, hang on a second, Christmas is 2 days. It's
it's mad to think I was driving trucks.
Oh yeah, we haven't spoken about this.
For fucking since May.
Is that what it was?
I've been driving trucks since May.
Fuck me, man.
And that was that's the 5th month and the 12th month. So that's 7 months I've been driving trucks.
And Chris, I don't know if you want to inform us your information, but we have our favourite version of Chris. It's not the double hitter. Usually we get the double hitter. I'm moving house and this one, but it's just a single one.
This is a single hitter.
This is the single version of Chris.
This one even shocked me because I didn't think I would do it.
Well, yeah, because before you tell her what it is, even though it's probably obvious at this point, I was like, yeah, is this time alright for you? Because thinking you're out and about.
Yeah.
I can come whenever I want. Why?
You know what I mean? It shocked me because I didn't think I would do it because I always have something to go to before I give up.
Well, that shows how bad it was then.
But he just pissed me off that much and annoyed me that much. That was it. I just called it a day.
Yeah, I quit my job.
I basically quit my fucking job.
Quit my job.
I am like jobless.
Literally jobless, but not homeless.
Not yet.
Usually you go, I'm moving house and I'm getting a new job, and you're like, what? Why at the same time, Chris? It's probably better for you now that you're going to do it. Well, because let's be honest, you will move house again at some point in the future.
I'd like to.
It's exactly. So at least you're doing it one at a time now. But Chris is, it's not like, Chris is jobless. It's Chris has decided to leave his job and give him. I quite like the fact that we said we were curious with Aquaman. You were like, have some me time and do this. Yeah, good for you. But actually have your time.
Yeah, because it's very rare I have me time.
Mm-hmm. So it's well earned and it's well deserved, sir. So you, as long as you can physically afford it, you do you.
That's
you
what
enjoy.
I mean. Like I said to you, I'm going to get Christmas over with. I'm going to get New Year's over with. Just enjoy it, and then I can get myself back on the bandwagon and say, right, Who wants to set me on?
Who wants me as a worker?
Who wants to employ me?
Hey, good luck to you anyway. I know you've never ever failed to get a job, so there's no. Like I remember the last couple of jobs you got, I didn't even say congratulations or well done. I thought there's no point. Yeah, no, because like you always get a job. There's people out there that will spend ages getting a job. Chris is so you've got a great talent life of always finding work, mate. So we don't need to worry and whatnot. And like I said, keep living. Because I heard this great little thing this guy was saying. I can't remember what video it is now. It was quite a cool little like inspirational thing. He's like, everybody's too busy, you know, getting to the place they need to be, or I need to be here, or I should be doing this. It's like, you know, you shouldn't be doing anything or going anywhere. You're doing it now, and then you're like, what the fuck you on about? And this guy in this video was breaking down. He's like, you're literally living life right now. There is no getting anywhere, or I'm supposed to do this. It's just like this is the end goal. Just living your life. It's done. Yeah. You're doing it right now. And I was like, that makes perfect sense. That's why shit like that, thinking like that, helps me to be like, because I met one of the lads that I know on the night out, but he was with three lads that I'd never met before. My first interaction with them was this 3 slices of pizza on a plate, and I was like, who's his name? He was like, on the mind. I was like, can I have them? Never met before in my entire life. I just took his pizza. He gave us that. I didn't steal it. He was like, I'm Fat Dan. And oh my God, I loved the bewildered look in his face. Because I was just sat chatting to him like I knew him forever. I don't give a flying fuck of the confusion in his face that I was a grown man in a Transformers shirt that just got back from a screening of Aquaman on his own and that. And I've got Lego. And he's like, what are you on about, man? You're 30. You're supposed to be doing this. And I was like, listen, mate, there's no supposed to be doing anything. And then he was like, when I was younger, I did this, but you're supposed to grow up. I was like, who says this? Did you like Transformers when you were a kid? I was like, yeah, when I was a kid. I said, why did you stop? He went, because you're supposed to. I was like, stop with the supposed to, mate. You do what you got to do. If you liked it once...
Why has he all of a sudden decided to not like stuff?
I get that tastes change. I completely understand that. But if you're completely in love with something, then you might fall out of love with it with a little bit, but then you'll come back into it. It's because there's certain people in the world, and they can't help it. It's just the way they are. Again, it goes back to insecurities in society and stuff and how they think socially they need to be. Okay, I need to be born. I have my childhood. I need to then, you know, get a wife or a boyfriend or husband, whatever. Then I need to have kids and I need to provide and I need to work and provide for them. And say, well, there's no plan, mate. You're born. You have a bit of time and you do what you feel it. As long as you're not hurting anybody or, you know, breaking any major laws. I say you can break some laws. There's some laws I don't give a shit about. And then you just do what you got to do. And I love the bewildered look. I don't think I enlightened him, but I could see it in his eyes. He's sort of thinking, is this fucking fat, weird retard who I've just met who stole my pizza got a little point here? Because like I said, he was with his mates, and every time he made his mates laugh, all of a sudden I've turned into a psychologist. I saw him side-eye his mates to see their reaction of them laughing, you know, when a joke and that was said. Yeah. And in my head, I'm literally, again, I'm analysing something like I'm some self-appointed thingy. Like, you are analysing to making sure that you've got the laughter out of your little friend group, so then you feel a bit more, not empowered, but a bit more bigged up, and you've got like a bit of appraisal, a bit of like, yeah, lads, but really at the end of it, it's all hollow because the laughs that you projected will be forgotten about, done, dusted onto the next day comes forward and whatnot. And I was just saying to him, honestly, it was a lovely lad. Like I said, just met him. I think he was like 35 or some shit. He was a mate of my pal, B. And yeah, he was just so confused. He didn't understand. I was like, he said, I took my kids to Legoland. I said, did you enjoy it? He said, yeah, but it was for the kids. I was like, well, you enjoyed it. Just leave it there. I said, if you randomly got to work with it, because he'd come from another environment where it was very blokey bloke, you know, I'm a lad, construction, so it's not very accepted. But if you enjoyed it, you should be out there and just say, lads, hey, I love Lego, I'm going to go and build some Lego. Your thoughts and opinions, you know, I might value them because you're my pals, but they don't ultimately matter because at the same time we're all just going to die, and then worries and then dreads and then thoughts that I had about you saying that was weird literally mean nothing.
It makes you wonder why people live in that society, though.
They can't help it. It's like moulded, though, isn't it? There's a few little, I call myself a bad egg, that break out of it and be like, hang on a sec. I like going up in my jorts like I'm a 4-year-old, you know, in summer for the first time in my Optimus Prime shirt, watching a wet Samoan swim about for a bit. And if people say, fuck me, that Dan's a bit weird, my answer is, yes, I am. I don't care.
I do get to a point of view. It's obviously you've got to pay your bills and whatnot first.
Yeah, do the shit you got to do.
Yeah. But I don't understand why you have to shut off because you've grown up, so you can't like the PlayStation anymore, or you can't play with Lego anymore. It's just why?
Yeah, it's
why shut off from that?
Again, it's people won't agree with it. They just know that majority of society think that's the because the amount of times of people I meet and they say that's weird. You're a bit weird. That's weird. Whereas definitely, I don't know about every female because I'm not a girl, but every man has an inner child inside them that when they're doing silly stuff, whether it be running around a field or loads of men picking up a stick when they walk around the woods, so many men do it because there's an inner child of them just being, who they need to be and thingy. And it's everybody, that's a bit weird, that's a bit weird. And I completely get it. It's because you need to say it, because if you don't say that that's a bit weird, then the person that's next to you is going to be like, he's a bit weird because he thinks that's all right. And then it's like a whole sort of, I don't want people to think I'm weird. And people can't help it. It's just the way that we're conducted. I walked up the house in a fucking pink hat and I don't give a fuck. If people want to say it's odd and bizarre and stupid, I don't care, because when I get to the deathbed, I'm laying there, and if I didn't do any of this shit,
it's what I mean. You can do all this, you still end up in the same situation.
Yeah. I don't want to be laying there going, I wish I'd built the Avengers Tower, and I wish I'd done that, but I didn't because little fucking Ronnie down the street thought it was a bit silly. I'm going to be like, I've literally wasted my life because of an opinion that means nothing. I'm not saying opinions don't mean anything. There are people like I value your opinion or I value other mates' opinions and stuff, but ultimately, if it's something I want to do, I'm just going to do it. As long as that happens. If every time I built Lego, a kitten died, I wouldn't do it. But me building Lego is causing no harm to anybody, so I'm gonna fucking do it.
It could.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah. No. Hey, maybe somewhere down. Definitely won't be my rubbish because I even keep the bags. So I don't just like think. I don't ruin anything.
Butterfly effect somewhere.
It's 100% is a butterfly effect. But it was fun to sit and make myself this weird David Attenborough, watching all these people uptown.
On people.
Yeah, just sort of. And another thing was, I was with one of the young lads, and he came up and says, Dan, hold my drink so I can fill up my vape. And I literally said to him, I remember, I felt so proud of myself. I said, hey mate, this is how I usually smoke on a night out. And I got my packet out and I went with that. I went, that's how I smoke. Because the vapes don't contain nicotine and shit anyway. So effectively, he is smoking.
I don't understand that side of things, where even they've got no nicotine in them.
I think a lot, because my mum's didn't. I think it's just because a lot of smoking habits.
Yeah, your mums were different because your mum was coming off years of smoking. I can understand that, and she didn't want the nicotine anymore, so coming off it. But when people just vape, just for the fun of it, because their friend is doing it.
Well, again, I better vape, so I stick in with this friend group, so I don't look like the odd one out. Like the black sheep. It's
when I went on to vapes, I had nicotine.
Yeah, you needed that.
Yeah.
Off Godzilla, you twat.
But I just don't understand why people go for the non-nicotine side of things.
Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
I know. And I have been thinking about going back on them, to be fair.
No, there's no point, Chris. There's no point. I know a lot of people like vape and that were heavy smokers, but it's because a lot of people will supplement it with chewing gum or eating. They need something in their hands to keep the habit. Because it would be fucking so hard for me to stop smoking, because loads of my routines that I do in life have a fag based inside of it. But it was just a weird one thinking, I literally am in the future. I was the only one in this smoking area smoking. Everybody else was vaping. And I was like, this is so weird. Like, I genuinely feel like I feel like Gandalf. Oh, no, sorry, Aragorn in the Prancing Pony when the hobbits are all drinking the beer and he's in the corner with his pipe. I felt like him, just not as cool or sexy. I'm just sat there like, oh my God, everybody's come up to the fag area to not have a fag, to have a vape. It's all steam. It's just, what the fuck? I've got cherry, I've got raspberry, I've got blueberry and grape. I've just got tobacco and Lambert. It was a funny old one.
Yeah. It's mad how, like I said, I know we've talked about this a few times in the past, but it's mad how society has changed so much.
Yeah.
It's like, well, it's like, where? How?
Yeah, what point did
because all of a sudden it's just, I don't know, it's 1 minute we were like living there, the next minute we're living there, and it's all like, what?
Yeah, 100%.
What?
It's again, I know I sit and take the piss out of vapors and that. It's stuff moves on, as long as people are happy, crack on. Stuff will always evolve. In another 50, 60, 70 years time, stuff will evolve again. it's the way that everything's always evolved. You know, we went from so many little things. Like there were people that will look at me and you'll say, "Why are you doing that?" "Oh, well, we used to." It's just how the world works. There's nothing like angry or bad against them. It's just we can't comprehend it. And this is the biggest kicker to know that I was really fucking old. Because I used to love going uptown and dancing my fat little ass off. Any beat I don't care if I like the song, I just wanted to move. And every club we went to, now this time, I just wanted to go somewhere so we can have a conversation. So we were with the young lads. They're like, "I want a bit of atmosphere." And I was thinking, "Fuck me, you won't go to a football ground. You know, atmosphere. That's where I want atmosphere. What do you mean? I want to dance and sing." Like, "Well, I just want to sit and have a crack. You know, you lot will sit and smoke and we'll talk." And that's when I was like, "Oh fuck." I wanted to go to Spoons, Woodrow's, the old man's club, and they all wanted to go to all these other spots. I'm thinking, I really am the old man now. I just want to sit and have a conversation with everybody. They just wanted to dance. And it was also my a pal there, whose cousin was there. I was with a bloke and his cousin's a female. And one of the lads was drunk enough, kept saying, "Hey, he wants to speak to that bird. We get him over and say, the lad with the glasses proper fancies her." He's like, "No, man, don't do it," because it would have been like, "That lad with the glasses proper fancies you." She would have looked at him, "That's my cousin." You tried my hardest to set it up. Just being an annoying little twat. I would have loved if she turned around and looked at me like, "What do you mean? My cousin fancies me?" And that would have been awkward at Christmas dinner. That would have been fucking beautiful. But yeah, I just thought I'm so out of touch and I'm happy living in my lane, and I got into to the point where I left town. I got in and I got into my PJs, which is another thing that loads of people can't. PJs, so listen, like, I'm so comfortable. I'm not going to go home and wear something because you think it's weird and be uncomfortable. I'm being comfort, and I got it comfort on. I snuggled up with him. I had a flask of coffee, and I put. What did I watch last night? I'm redoing Rick and Morty, so I put Rick and Morty back on and just thought.
So why is the thing about PJs like?
There's loads of people like when they because I still get a Christmas Eve box because I'm a fucking child, and I would say get new PJs. And they're like, "What do you mean new PJs?" Like joggy bottoms and a t-shirt. No, I get like a Rick and Morty or a Spider-Man. They're like, "What?" And I'm like, "No, hey, I like PJs." And it's Dan, how old are you? And I'm like, "What? Why does it matter? If you got wood, you can have wood. I don't care about that. As long as it's not a drain cover. Come in, dog." So yeah, people think it's like I said. I've literally got no time for it.
See, town wasn't... Obviously, I couldn't do town. I've been epileptic.
Yeah, I'll write an email. Every time you say that, mate, I'll make sure you write an email. That's a private joke, everybody. I'm sure I've explained it at some point.
But when I did, it's just like, I was never the one for dancing.
No.
Nah, I was more of the awkward one sitting in the corner. It's like, right, can I go home now?
Who's brought the schizophrenic out in your...
Yeah, basically.
Just looking about, watching the lights. The lights. And then, what's the matter? The lights. Yeah. Which lights? I don't like the lights. Just in that lad in the corner, I think he's off his head. He doesn't like the lights. No, I get it. I completely get it. I know some people used to go to town that used to just like the crack and whatnot. But I know I used to look like you go to Club Concrete and it would be playing Blink or Some or even some of the R&B stuff. I'm like, yeah, come on, it's part. I'm leaving. I'm sweating. I'm like, whoa!
It's why I liked Club Rock, because you could just chill out there in there, play pool.
Yeah,
if there was a live band on, then fair enough. And you just fucking had a crack and chilled out.
Club Rock was cool as shit.
And that's why I like Brewdog. It's been a while since I've been in there, to be fair, but it's why I like chilling in there, because it's just you can get to chill out, play video games, play board games and shit.
The only thing with Brewdog is I get a very hippie vibe, and I don't trust hippies. I just really don't. I don't know. There's a weird, really weird. Mate, speaking of thingy, right? Again,
wait. Put a pause on that a minute. Why don't you trust hippies?
I don't. It's the way that because right. I agree with what they're saying, peace and love and, humanity and, love each other. I completely get that. But it's the way they go about, like, man, I'm on acid, I'm in tune with nature and shit.
I'm still like that, though. I've not bumped into hippies for years.
I'm generalising, I could completely, I'm just speaking of the traditional hippies you'd think of.
Yeah, from the 60s.
Had Chewbacca under their armpits and down their legs and whatnot like that. And, I don't know how, it's kind of like, the modern day hippie, I guess, you can kind of say is like them stop oil processes. Yeah. You could argue it's them, the modern day hippie. I don't know. But there's always a vibe about them that I thought, okay, you're going to get us back to your house. You're going to have a group orgy where I'm going to get gangbanged by everybody. And you go, it was in the name of love and monogamy. And I'm like, nah.
Eat lettuce and peanuts.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. Plus, they do eat a lot of fruit and veg and shit. And it's just not for me. But no, there's... Again, right, I'm not going to hate on this. I'm going to have to show you after this because it's frazzled my brain. Right, music and stuff is a taste. You listen to whatever the fuck you want to listen to. It's absolutely fine. I'm not hating on what you listen to. But all of a sudden, this girl popped up on my Instagram. I don't know what she is. Her name's Lord Len. Please go check her out. And she's a rapper. You think, awesome. You know, I don't like Nicki Minaj, but she's clearly great at what she does. She's a rapper. She's killing it. She's got awards. Go for it. She started singing a song. And all she's doing is fucking screaming at you. Not as in like Slipknot screaming, like Screamo. She's shouting really loud these weird rap songs. And I'm like, wait, what? This is modern day music. Because she seems quite big, you know, the videos and that. Because I went a little bit of a rabbit hole looking at her old albums and shit like that. Well, sorry, not her old albums. I think she had like 4 songs, but her older songs and shit.
Yes.
And I went on a little weird rabbit hole thinking, people aren't listening to this, are they? Because, like, she's shouting that much, it doesn't go with the beat. Because, again, whatever you want to listen to, if you want to listen to fucking Boyzone, listen to Boyzone. If you want to listen to fucking Busted or Blink or fucking, you know, I don't know, Frank Sinatra, I don't give a shit. If you like it, go for it. But at least them songs make sense in my head.
Yes.
But this was like a do, and I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't sit. It doesn't work. What is happening? People aren't definitely going on Spotify downloading this, are they? But it turns out they are. And again, if you listen to it, go for it. I just don't understand it. Like I said, I'll have to show you afterward because it's... and she's screaming about OnlyFans and TikTok and that, and I'm like... It's like that girl that got really famous, the Bad Bunny? No, he's the rapper. Bad Barbie. The one, Catch Me Outside, how about that? That girl. Like, she released like a rap album and shit. And I'm like, she got famous for telling Dr. Phil to catch her outside. How about that? I just couldn't. My stupid little monkey brain just didn't understand it.
As you know, I don't really do modern music at the moment.
There are some like Post Malone and stuff. I love all that sort of shit.
I'll stick to my era of music.
Yeah, but like I said, even like there's music I like and there's music you like that we won't like of each other. But you could listen to it and understand. Yeah, okay, I understand it's a song. I can hear the melody. I can hear the beat. I can hear the tone and that. And then I just listen to this and I don't understand what. Like I like drum and bass and garage and shit, and even that's quite. But like you can feel the flow and you can go feel the flow, dude. You can go with it and that, but just this particular one, I didn't understand. It was like I said. When I show you after this, I think you'll understand. It's so fucking strange.
Okay.
It was so weird. Anyway, where did we start? We started off with conspiracy.
We did start off with conspiracy. We went up to music.
Fuck, we end up doing this quite a fucking lot. Jesus Christ. Still can't get my brakes to stop squeaking on my bike. It's really plaguing me. Literally, you know my hill to get to work, don't you? It's so loud. Because I have to do both. What the fuck? Literally, my boss was in, and he just got there just before me, and he heard me coming down the hill, and he went, what the fuck was that outside? Dad? I was like, oh, it's my brakes. Like, your brakes? I was like, yeah, my bike. He went, what? It's fucking horrible, mate. It's so fucking bad.
Yeah, you need to just...
It's a brand new bike. I think that somebody said I use brake cleaner, because when you get new brakes, they've got a layer of, I don't want to say new rubber, because that sounds retarded. They've got a layer of something on it. They have to be worn down to a certain point. I don't fucking know. But I
don't know bikes. I can tell you how to fix a car, and I can put a car together. But when it comes to bikes, I'm not got a clue.
If you can fix a bike, then you can do a heart transplant.
That's
you can do a heart transplant.
You can.
You can fly an RAF 2098 bomber.
Literally, you can't. They're completely fucking different. Yeah.
If you can use 2 and 1 in the shower, then you can flush the toilet. If you can flush the toilet, you can drive a tank into Nazi Germany. where are these connecting?
That's what it's like, but it's like, no, it's not.
No, I wouldn't fucking know. As soon as they start the first thing you can do, I fail. If you can get out of bed in the morning, I can get out of bed in the morning. If you can grow a decent head of hair, then you've lost this. Sorry, lads. Sorry, pal. If you can not be sexually aroused by Michael B. Jordan's abs, then you can. That's all I ever do. I'm fucked.
Yeah, you are.
Absolutely cream crackered. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to know how plausible you thought the end of the world, leave the world behind was, and going about.
It's like I say, it makes you wonder, and when you think about it, there's a lot of shit coming out for 2025, but not a lot of shit for coming out for 2024. So I think, what's going to happen this year? Is 2024 going to be the end of something?
I don't know. It's one of the weird ones. The one I still can't get my fucking head around is why we stopped doing it was the whole calendar shift change, the Gregorian calendar about 13 months and all that kind of shit, and why it dropped to 12 and stuff. Because if we still had 13 months, every month would have the exact same amount of weeks and days and everything. But yet we dropped it, and now we have February that has like 28, and there's another month that falls a day short. So why do we do this? And I don't know why.
No, I don't know.
There's a lot of it. I tell you what was quite cool. Oh, what the fuck's it called? There was a guy. It's the first time a video's ever come out of it. The famous place where apparently like the elite go, former presidents and stuff. They go and there's like big owl tributes and stuff. It's Sweet Grove, Bohemian Grove, Bohemian Grove. I don't know if you know anything about it. It's allegedly a famous, but Frank Sinatra went there in what's her name? The old actress, the very famous old actress, had the affair with Marilyn Monroe. All these occultists and all these former presidents and past presidents and shit. Apparently they all went there. And there was certain sacrifices, and the guy does a video around Bohemian Grove, and it is fucking horrible. Like you look at it, and there are loads of weird owl statues and shit. You should watch the video. It's fucked. Oh, what? I just saw it on Instagram or TikTok, one of the two. I don't know. Obviously, you like a scroll. Before we sit down in the cinema, you always have a scroll for your phone on. I always put my phone away and stuff. So I don't know how much you like to scroll, but see, like on the likes of TikTok, it mustn't hit my brain right because it's supposed to be short form media where it's 10-second video next, 10-second video next. Whereas I do about 10 of them. I see a cool Newcastle meme or an Optimus Prime meme, and they go, right, I want something longer. A half an hour video to like sort of get my head around or whatever. And it just doesn't hit as the same, these short sort of videos. They're cool to watch, I will watch some funny memes and shit, but then I have to get off it. So I don't know, I'm definitely wired for like long podcasts and long videos and long stuff like that. So I don't know if you're wired the same as me or not. How much do you scroll? Like can you go on a scroll loop for hours on end?
Not really, but I don't really go on TikTok a lot. I just see what the crack is and I'm like, right, I'm bored right now.
Yeah, and you go off it.
Yeah. It's just TikTok's not really a thing for me, but like I say, I still do X, as it's normally called nowadays. I
still don't understand Twitter.
I still go on Instagram every now and then, Facebook, check emails. That's all I do.
I liked Instagram at one point, but somewhere in the algorithm, whatever that means, somebody who on the other end has confused my normal nerdiness with wanting to see it sexy. So I'll be like, cool, Pokemon cartoon skit. Cool, Batman skit. There's a girl wearing Batman trying to sell me her OnlyFans. No, I just want the Batman. Then carry on again. There's a Spider-Man. There's a trap.
Because it's sex.
No,
sex
but like,
sells.
No, 100%.
You put sex in anything. Doesn't matter if you fucking trying to give away a cardboard box. If you put sex involved in that cardboard box and fucking destroy them.
Yeah,
it will sell.
It
will sell.
That's
what it is. Sex sells, and that's why there's a lot of music videos involved with sex.
Yeah, I get the whole thingy.
Car programs involved in.
Well, I remember the old. Was it Max Power?
Yeah.
Magazine where it was always like the car with a half-naked girl on top of it. Like, look at this new Mustang.
Sex sells. That's what it is.
So, but somebody must be looking at my algorithm and going, this fucking twat's a virgin. He likes Pokemon and Transformers. Give him a pair of tits, see if he signs up.
Blame, what you fucking call him? Guy who fucking invited Playboy. He's dead now though. Hugh
Hefner.
Aye, blame him.
Yeah, who Stanley played Hugh Hefner in Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1? Yeah, Iron Man 1.
Blame him. He's the one that fucking started it all.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you are right. It does work. If you put a lovely looking girl on the cover and whatnot, the boys are like, yes, we'll do this.
My little Winky's got big.
My little Winky. It's just weird how somebody's seen my shit. It's not all the time. It's about every 20 so videos. Like I'll get a trailer for Aquaman, a trailer for this, and then like I said, a girl dressed as Aquaman. I'm like, no, I just get Jason fucking Momoa. No offense, you might be a pretty girl, but I'm not in, please. I'm just like, yeah, they must see the nerdy scroll throughs and whatnot, and be like, yes, chuck this little virgin a fucking, whatever, some girl dressed in green. Oh, she's the Hulk, she'll smash. Well, no, if I'm going to get smashed, pal, I want the Hulk. I don't want some girl to be like, smash. I want a fist going through my face. This is why people
think you're weird.
No, 100%. There's definitely something. There's something that makes me less manly in my head. Apart from my love of sports, there's no. If there was a group of little weird spotty virgin nerds all discussing, oh my god, I've got the newest Charizard card in a circle. There's a bunch of girls going, I'm a Charizard. Look at me. I'm going to the nerds, be like, oh my god, bro, you got the Charizard. I'm not. When it's time to ringle dingle and I want my little floppy man to go up, then I'll get involved. I don't. Yeah, I'm very.
Yeah, sorry, but I'm going towards the.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like my brain, instead of being like caveman, mate, booby, hump hump, my caveman brain's like, yes, toys, cards, shiny Pokemon, yay! It's like in tune to that. Unless it's like I said, unless it's football, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a bloke. I'll scream at some fans. Fuck off, you can. And then I leave the ground again. I'm like, Pokemon backpack, Pokemon girl on the train station. So it's fucking weird. But yeah, it's never a dry. I can guarantee you now, you're never going to sell me anything because it's being presented or done by a good-looking woman. It's never going to happen.
Think of it as doing it like if Jason Momoa was selling you something.
See, there we go.
There you go.
There we go.
It's the same principle.
No, but at the same time, as much
it's the same box.
Yeah.
It's just presented by a different person.
I always do this joke where I go, "Oh, Tom Holland," that, but it is just a joke. I love to play the boundaries and be like, "Ha ha," because I love doing it. Because I told one of the lads, because there's loads of projects in Roadhouse. Then lads that I met last night. They were like, oh, should we go to the Roadhouse? I was like, oh, do they do men like? And they're like, are you gay? And I'm like, yeah. I love people being shocked over that because it's like, oh my God, why do you care? But anyway, so when I do that sort of stuff, it is just a caricature. It's a joke. But if Jason Momoa was selling the box, I wouldn't see, it sounds a bit nasty to him, I wouldn't see Jason, I would see Aquaman. Like, oh, Aquaman's selling the box. Or massive pair of tits. No, give me Aquaman. Just because I love him so much. And it's a weird one. It's...
It is weird, but it makes sense.
It's because it's like when you think about like the not anymore because it's got a lot better, but the old wrestlers, the females, like how they were literally there for just sex appeal, and I'm like, oh, come on, no, get away! I just want the men in tights to start fighting now. Like, right, the girls are gone. Now it's different because the women are fantastic wrestlers, and thank God they've actually been given stock and time, and they're allowed to perform proper wrestling matches. But back in the day,
it was weird. When
they just come out with
we would strip down first, and like that.
And you're just like, oh, right, I'm a bloke, I should be loving this, but no, can I have Triple H and Rock's rubbing nipples against each other, please, doing pedigrees? You know what I mean? It's a little bit like there was there's an American sport where girls literally do it in like bra and underwear. Is it NFL?
Volleyball?
No, it's like it's a major American sport. But girls do it in their underwear. And I'm not really a big fan of NFL anyway, but I have watched a few games.
Is that like American football?
Yeah, American football. I have watched it, and if there was a game on and I wasn't doing it, I would sit and watch it. But the second I saw girls playing it in bra and underwear, I was thinking to myself, can they not just play it properly here? Because I want to watch a game of football. I can't be bothered watching tits bounce. And I'm just like, that's why my sexuality shit's just, it's on its own little box. It's not merged with stuff. Whereas, a lot of people are like sexually, people say it with cars and stuff, because it's got curves and it triggers like the male caveman, shit like that. It's even like the way they draw in animes and stuff like that, when they draw, it's a lovely anime, watching One Piece, but all of a sudden, massive parents are thinking, do you want to watch cool pirate shit? I'm not here to fucking be aroused. When I want to be aroused, I'll, Laura, what are you doing? I'm not... I can't be bothered. Just can I just have the cool weird anime? I'm everything I have, apart from nerdy shit like DC and Pokemon. I'd love that to intertwine. Or Rick and Morty did it with Pokemon, but everything else I like it. And there's your sex stuff, there's your Pokemon stuff, there's your football stuff. Just keep it in its own lane.
That's called OCD.
I think it is. It could be
That's
right.
Called OCD.
Yeah, but like if the Newcastle football team were coming out just wearing bra and knickers, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, yeah, she's fit. Oh, it scores 5-0, don't care. I'm like, come on, fucking shoot, tackle, cross it in. I'll be bothered about them playing the sport, not what they're wearing. So it's, Yeah, you are right. It's just, I like it all in its nice little boxes. When it's time for sexy poo-poo, then sexy poo-poo. If it's time for Aquaman fighting fishes, then it's time for Aquaman fighting fishes. I don't need Aquaman with a pair of tits out fighting a fish. It's a weird old one, mate. I just found out as well. There's I don't know why it's all female. There's an all female Godzilla appreciation group in Japan that has 25,000 members.
Okay.
I don't know why it's all female, but I want to go to that and just see what conversations they have. Like, why is it just women only talking about Godzilla? I want to be like, okay, what are you talking about?
It's an interesting one. What are they talking about?
I saw a picture of it. I was literally thought of you as well. I was like, Chris,
why me?
Just because I knew that you'd appreciate weird little... I think most people on my Facebooks and shit are sick of me doing thumbnails of like, Lego! Which Pokemon? And, they're probably thinking, oh my god, how is this fucking retard still alive? No one put a fucking brick over his head yet. I think they're probably just sick of it.
I don't think I've done an Instagram, Facebook page for posting ages.
Oh, I haven't done a Facebook post in ages.
I haven't, to be fair.
I always do it for the Newcastle games, and I always do it for the, obviously to share the thumbnails and hey, check out this video.
Oh, last one I did was in August, the picture of my truck.
There you go.
You tagged me one in May for FNAF.
Yes.
You tagged me another one in May for Meg 2. Then it was a birthday before all that. And then you tagged me another one in February for...
Just me tagging trailers and shit.
What's that for? North of the Border.
North of the Border?
Mm-hmm. Some YouTube thing for North of the Border.
Ooh. Hey, I just realised as well, Laura told me about there's a paranormal group that goes around Carlisle and shit and investigates your house and stuff. Like, they're just in Cumbria. I think it's called like Cumbrian Ghost Hunters or some shit. And I am now dying to get them around here, just pretend there's a ghost. Just to see what silliness happens. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That'd be interesting. But apart from the one I put in August, the last one I put off was a picture of Oz with his ball. He wouldn't take anywhere.
Oh, see, I don't do it anymore. I watched this thing about living life free.
Fucking tree.
Your spatial awareness, mate.
The tree!
Not literally, the carpet and the tree, no one's ever affected. You come in the house, you wreck both. You're as bad as my mum when she come in pissed with her pal a few weeks back. Oh. Just they basically walked to the house with their arms spread out and thought, how much shit can we smash? Watching this thing about living life through your camera, because I barely do pictures of Optimus around. I used to always, every Newcastle game, get a picture, a few videos. And for the past 2-3 seasons, I haven't, because I was too yeah, we've got a free kick, let's live it. And I thought, I watched this video and he's like, instead of, it wasn't about football, but just pretend he was. So instead of just watching that free kick or that penalty through your camera, why don't you just watch it? Yeah. Everyone's like, well, you'll have memories, but the stuff I'm going to...
You have got memories in here.
Yeah. But I'm saying the stuff I'm going to, if I did want to go back and physically look at it, I can see highlights on TV and stuff like that. So I kind of made it a point. Even like scenic stuff, there's like the little Rich at work when there's like a crazy sky or whatever, it's like a crazy purple or whatever. He likes to take a picture of it, and I'll stand next to it and I'll just look at it and I'll take it in instead of constantly phone out.
Yeah, I'm not a picture person. Like, so I won't take random pictures of food or.
Yeah, there are stuff that I will.
Yeah, sorry, but but if I go to like a truck show or something, obviously I'll take photos of trucks because I'm a nerd when it comes to truck and cars. But yeah, it's just random. If I look at the sky, I wouldn't take a picture of the sky and look at it every now and then. I've seen it once. That's it.
It's some things I just want to. Like I said, I've been fortunate enough to go to so many Newcastle games. I said to myself a few seasons ago, even the big massive nights, I was at the PSG at home game and the AC massive games for us. First time in the Champions League for fucking years. And not one part of me thought, I need to take a picture of this. I remember the PSG game on my own, but I'm on my own physically, but like with loads of other Geordies. And I just remember starting probably welling up and tearing up, and I'm thinking, I don't think I'd experience this. I wouldn't have this feeling as much if I was going, I was looking at everybody, I was looking at the flags, I was looking at the Newcastle skyline, I was hearing the songs. I'll get goosebumps thinking about it now, but I've got a lump in my throat. And it was just beautiful, and I thought, I'm so happy that that's just, because, if I could have put the picture on my Facebook, so one person could have liked it, that's pretty cool, and I'd be like, yay. But I think forever now I will always be more in tune. There might be, like, if we ever got to a final or some shit, I'd maybe take a few photos if it's good, if it's a final. But yeah, now I like to intake it myself.
Yeah, I've never been the one for fucking taking pictures of everything. I don't see the point.
No, I see why. I get why people do it.
I don't.
Because, like I said, you can come back and, like I do have pictures of him, and I will keep them. I have them forever. And I get why some people, like that's my mum's cousin's newborn. I get why they take a picture of the baby.
Yeah, things like that. It's memorable because you can see them as they grow up.
Yeah, stuff like that.
But take a picture of
what you said before your dinner. I've never understood that. I've never thought, here's my meal. But at the same time, because my mum would always be like on Facebook, be like, I'm sick of Facebook. People just send pictures of their dinner. I always think, well, you can always just delete them or go on Facebook. They're not causing you any harm, but yet you're getting annoyed that you're seeing a picture. If you don't want to see it, delete them or don't go on Facebook. Let them cry. If they want to take a picture of dinner and upload it, go for it. I will never understand it.
No.
But by all means, live how the fuck you want to live. And if you want to take a picture of, fucking, I made a bubble bath. Oh, here's a pretty butterfly. Because there are some pictures that are absolutely fucking beautiful. I didn't realise that every year there's a Picture of the Year award. And I saw it a couple of weeks ago. And some of the pictures were outstanding. And I bet you as well, though, the photographer for a few seconds just looked and took that in first, then got their picture. And then... But yeah, I understand why some people do it. Go for it, do your thing, whatever. But yeah, for me, and like I said, if I bump into fucking like that picture I've got with Optimus Prime years and years ago, I thought that's Optimus Prime. I'm gonna get a quick picture, hey, with dumb red hair when I'm skinny. There will be some things again, but
you're skinny.
Well, yeah, I know, mate. And they always do that at work. They always go, look at this picture. You particular pictures. Oh, fuck! Remember you used to be skinny in that? And I'm like, not really. I just remember this now. This is all I am. And then I actually got offended because somebody said to me,
offended?
Yeah.
Why?
Somebody said to me, you look like you've lost weight. And I was like, fuck off. And then for a sec I went, that's not offensive. Why did I tell? They went, you look like you've lost weight. And fuck off. Oh wait, it's a nice thing. It was weird as fuck, mate. But I don't know how the fuck we got into pictures and that now. We had nearly an hour of rambling because I just wanted to get conspiracy talk. I'm going to go watch it. Like I said, you don't have to boot it. You can welcome to have a coffee because you wait for your dinner and that. I'm just going to put Sky on and watch the Newcastle match, mate. So you're more than welcome. My new turtle socks. You must have some.
Well, only you would wear white and stand in bare feet.
Wear white. They've all got bare feet. We've got socks on.
You've got these fucking shoes on and you're in the kitchen and muddy floor.
Yeah, be alright. They'll go in the wash.
So they won't be white anymore then, are they?
I'll make them a wank sock. Do you know wank socks? When I first watched American Pie, I didn't understand why he had a sock on his dick. Yeah, sock on his dick. And then obviously years later you go, oh right, yeah, to help the clean-up process and whatnot. But I remember when I first watched that and his mum that walks in because he's watching the porn that's proper shit and the guy's talking, he's like, you shut up, dude. I'm going to watch American Pie tonight. I should never do that. Every time I talk about American Pie, it gets put on. And then what I'm going to say next, scream after it, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I never understood that. Why the fuck's he got a sock on there? And then, fuck it.
Less mess.
Yeah. Yeah. American Pie taught me so much. Grab that ass, son. You know you like it. Do you remember number 2?
Vaguely.
Where they sneak into the girls' houses that they're painting. They think they're lesbians, but they're not. And they're like, okay, we'll do stuff if you do stuff. And they're like, you two kiss each other and shit. And like, okay, so then they kiss. And they're like, grab his ass. But like the radio is going around loads of people. Like, to a police station, to a burger joint, to a guy in a truck. And he's like, grab that ass, boy, you know you like it. And he's like, I'm touching his ass, I'm touching his ass, I'm touching his ass. I fucking love American Pie so much. It's fucking, if you ever had an embodiment of something that took you to a period in your life or a time period that you cherish so much, it's them films with them music. And it just makes me it feels like I'm not this Dan anymore. It feels like I'm that Dan. And I just love it so fucking much. I wish Laura won't watch Scream because she hates Ghostface mask, or she hates masks in general. And I was like, come on, watch Scream. And Scream too scary. I managed to get her to watch FNAF and she was like, I'm thinking, yeah, it's a kid's game technically, so just, you're fine. And she watched FNAF and it was alright at the end. But if you haven't done it in a while, I recommend you do it, mate. Do Scream and American Pies and shit, after you've cut up all your shit, of course. Yeah, we'll leave it there though, because the Newcastle game's kicked off. And I don't know where we got to, what the fuck we're saying. But,
I don't know, we've just done a fucking side tangent.
The biggest question visuals, if you've seen Leave the World Behind, how much did it scare you? Me, a massive 10 out of 10. Chris, not very. 3, 4, maybe 2.
If that.
A 1. So Chris isn't bothered whatsoever, whereas I just do. I think that the Koreans.
I think this is where we kind of like are on our separate skills. If the world did end, it's just like you will be fucking a big girl.
100%, without a shadow of a doubt. And the biggest thing I'll be a girl over is the fact that I'm eventually going to run out of fags, and it's going to piss me off. And coffee. That's going to be literally life's luxuries. I'm going to be fucking. We need to kill that deer to survive. I couldn't do it. I can tell you right now, I would feel horrible. I'd find a way to just eat leaves, even though that'd be disgusting. I'll be like Orm.
I'll shoot the deer.
No, leave the deer alone. I'll be like Orm and just get some sort of burger from somewhere. I don't know where, but I'll find bread from somewhere.
Yeah, eat the crickets.
Yeah, I'll put it in the.
Eat the crickets.
During that film,
just fry them a little bit, a bit of chili powder on, sorted.
Was Aquaman winding him up, or was that a legitimate thing?
I think he was just winding him up.
Yeah, I think it was a wind up, seeing how far he would go, and he did it, and he's like, oh. But then I thought, does Aquaman go around just casually eating cockroaches on the side? When I first watched it, and now second time watching it.
But like I said, in some native countries you can.
No, yeah, I get that, but obviously because Orm had never been to the surface world, and he just randomly went, yeah, these are delicious, and he ate it, and I'm thinking, I think it is a prank, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah, because it was very weird the way he did it. Like I said, the way that Orm at the end is like, oh, yeah, this is what humans did. They like it. I'm thinking, you still just buying
It's just a weird place where he was that just didn't make sense because he's on a beach.
Yeah.
He's in a beach hut.
Yeah.
He's eating a burger in a burger joint.
Yeah.
And a cricket just randomly walks
Wow,
past.
yeah. Little cocky cock.
Yeah, so that doesn't really make sense.
To be fair as well, though, mate, it's a bunch of sea people riding seahorses. So don't worry about it, pal. Don't be writing an email to DC saying, you realise that doesn't make sense. And they're going to go, hang on a sec, this guy watched a film where crabs are talking and a guy ate a cockroach at the beach. And that's what he's bothered about. They're going to go, just put that in the weird pile. Visuals, thank you for listening. We'll keep being young, keep on on.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, Merry Christmas, yes. Which
Maybe
would have
we
been...
should start.
Shit, yeah, fuck. Good point, which would have been literally today's Boxing Day at the time of listening. Merry Christmas, fuck. Well done, Chris.
Yeah, and see you in the new year?
Yeah, the next...
No? Yes? I don't know.
No, we'll have a podcast go up on Sunday, which is New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
And then we will have one on Tuesday. So technically he's right. We will still see you in the new year. I hate, but I love that people say on the New Year's Eve, they go, see you next year. Because it is fucking hilarious. But every fucker does it. I'll see you next year. You say, no, it's like 2 hours away.
You might not. You might get shot before the new
year. But it's just the fucking whatever. Bye, visuals.
Bye.